Greetings. Greetings. Greetings, brother.
Greetings. Good to see you.
Awesome to see you. Awesome to see you. Peace, love, and strength. Thank you so much for joining me here. I am thankful. I am very thankful. Yes, sir. Awesome. So, guys, if you have been with me last week, we spoke about a plant-based diet and the benefits of plant-based diets and so on and so forth. And that is one level of the consciousness frequency that we are dealing with on the planet. And there are various levels and frequencies that we are dealing with. Here we have Mr Elitom, Amin, and he has taken it to another level, showing us where our possibilities are, how strong the mind is, and what we can really achieve if we really believe in ourselves and the processes that we need to go through. So I myself have gone through some processes, and it's interesting that we're having this conversation now, because when I started telling people about myself only consuming fruits, people were like, "Are you crazy? You're gonna kill yourself, you're gonna die," and all these other things. So this just takes it to another level and gives people understanding that where I am at is just in crawling stage. But I am thankful because I'm in a stage. So I'm going to open up the floor to you, Elitom. I am thank you for you being here once again. I'm stuttering. It's surreal. Tell us about your journey. What is a breatharian? And yeah, just give us your steps, because you've done this many times before. So over to you. Peace, love, and strength.
All right. Thank you so much. And I like your opener about talking about the benefits of a plant-based diet. But the thing about it was you added the wording with it of a frequency. That's what it's all about. Now, Nikolai Tesla coined a good saying talking about, if you want to understand the universe, you should think on a level of energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, he didn't make that up, because he was a student of Egyptian Kemetic knowledge. It's been around for a long time. Because even when you look at the Hermetic text, they talk about everything is vibration. And even our modern day scientists today is basically confirming, dealing with the quantum, the theory of the small, how everything is vibrating and everything is in movement. Now, my name is Elitom Amin from Ohio, USA. And I've been on the breatharian path for 20 plus years. And what a breatharian is, that's a word we're using, but it comes from the ancient word anedia, which means to eat very little or none at all. And when we mean very little, that could be once a month, once a year, it doesn't matter. It's a skill level of a frequency that a person can pick up. This is good now.
It's awesome.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what we're dealing with is to eat very little or none at all. And there's many words that we use from different ancient cultures, like prana, that they use in India, chi, that they use in China, ki, that they use in Japan, ka, what they use in Africa. So all of these ancient names they were using, but they all talking about the same thing. Now, they're not talking about the oxygen in the air. They're talking about the energy that's in the air. See, we're in the age of information. We know this now. It's the energy that's in the air. And let me get everybody with a good fact check. The sun, just 1 hour of the sun on the energy that it brings to the earth, 1 hour could fuel all the industries on the planet for a whole year.
Wow.
That's powerful. But the average person, we don't know what we're living in, how much power we're living in. And this is another fact check. All the elements is in you is from the guts of the sun. So we're going to get into it now. But that's one thing. We can play around with these words all day long. But now we're going to take it from myth to reality. How do you do this process? What is it about? Can you do it? Because we know the basics already about how your body is molecules put together, they're atoms. You understand that they don't touch. We hear these things. But now we're in an age in spirituality where we keep saying, raise your frequency or vibration. Raise your frequency. You did a good opener talking about the fruits, and you raised your vibration. And that's true. That is true. But now we can raise our vibration even beyond that, because that's what we are. We're a system of energy held together by thought. And like the ancients said, everything is mental or everything is mind, but let's bring it down to earth. This is 100% mental. Now, why would I say that? Because when we deal with the unity consciousness, we always talk about mind, body, spirit connection. Those are all one. They always been one. Let me repeat that. They're one, and you got to start reprogramming yourself, because even though we say it, you don't believe it, because you're still vibrating at a fragmented level.
Yes, sir.
This is deep now. So when I'm looking at your physical body, I'm looking at your mind. I'm looking at a spirit. See how the perception start changing? And perception means everything when you're coming into this journey. Now, some of the things I do now, because I got your list of questions and I'm running through them. And you asked me something on the terms of how do I sustain and maintain my energy? What movement exercises that I do? Now, for number one, I've been in this for a while, so I make it look easy. However, I'm with some people now that, yes, you are living a meditative lifestyle. Meditation is the foundation of this lifestyle. It ain't putting tape on your mouth. We are not saying that. You will hurt yourself. Yes, you will starve to death and die. You'll lose too much weight. You need to transform yourself, your body, into strengthening your energetic anatomy. Let me repeat that. For those who didn't hear it, start looking it up. We're in the age of energy medicine. This is what we're talking about. You use energy for everything, to see, to speak, to move. And I could go on and on for everything. So that is the foundation. That is the foundation up under the physical anatomy that everybody been stuck on. Because it wouldn't even move if they didn't have the energy. And even when you eat something, to digest it takes a lot of energy. That's why you usually get sleepy and tired after you ate a big meal. It's all energy. So you want to strengthen your energetic anatomy to bring in a greater influx of energy, just like if you was wiring a house and you wanted to get stronger equipment in the house. But you can't do it on how it's wired up now with 120 volts, depending on where you're at or what you're using. So you want stronger equipment. So the body you live in, this is the house you're living in. This is how you're viewing your world and your universe. You got to start taking responsibility for what you're living in. You have control over it. So when you're going on this knowledge, the breatharian knowledge is a holistic lifestyle. That's mind, body, spirit connection. Now that sounds easy, but a scientist just got up and said, with over the last decade, we really found out how the mind and the body is connected. Now, if the scientist said that, this is a person in higher learning. The masses sure don't know that. Now, I'm not putting the masses down, but I teach all over the world. It is surprising how people are scientifically illiterate. Let me repeat that, scientifically illiterate. It's okay to admit that, because if we're dealing with energy, you got to go back to the basics and start learning what energy is, what a frequency is, what a vibration. How can you raise it if you don't know what it is? Mm-hmm. You understand? And your body is under the laws of physics. It's not like it's not under the law, and it's keeping the law. So when a person got sick, that was perfect law. When you get well, yeah, you can heal yourself, but you got to understand physics. Because the root cause of all diseases is the lack of energy running through the system, through that area. And we in the age, we got biophoton therapy. What is that saying? Bio means life, photon means light. Where they're actually taking light, putting it on a diseased area so that the cells of the body, because you're made of cells, could get the energy from the light to heal the energy, to heal the area. Now, a light should go off just by me saying that sentence. You mean to tell me that the cells in your body will get energy directly from light? Yes, I'm a light being. See, I just know who I am. As I'm walking through this atmosphere, and I just told you it got all this energy in it, I have purified the body to the point where it's feeding directly off the air. Let's don't act like the air is mythical. See, the reason why you don't pay no respect to the air is because you can't see it, you can't taste it, and all this other stuff. That's all. But the air is not empty. The air that we're living in is thick. It has weight to it. So that's why you got to learn science again. How much do the air weigh? It's about 15 pounds per square inch. But the reason why you don't feel it is because it's coming from all sides. You understand? But you're living in something just like that. You're dealing with thermodynamics. You're hot inside. What? You're close to 100 degrees or 37 degrees Celsius. Always. And you are hotter most of the time than the atmosphere you're in. Think about that. You're radiating energy. Everybody's glowing. And we got machinery and equipment that can show you that now. So when you understand, this is the level you're working at now. You got this electromagnetic field. Look at that word they're saying. Electricity and magnetism. And the rules of physics is, the stronger the electricity, the stronger the magnetism. Your body generates, creates electricity. Listen at this. This ain't mythical. So when you're coming into the spiritual practices that are ancient, and everybody been exposed to them already, you just didn't realize the deepness of the power of it.
Yes.
Let me repeat that. Because when I go around now and say meditation is medication, of course I had people coming at me. Wait a minute, I've been meditating 20, 30, 40 years, and why do I got diabetes? And not to put nobody down, you just didn't understand what the tool was really used for.
Yes.
Your main job is because energy is going to keep flowing, it's not going to stop. See, the cosmic forces that's hitting the earth, this great energy, is given 100% to us all the time. We're the ones blocking it through lifestyle, habits, thoughts, emotions. We're doing it.
I hear that.
So that's what we mean by you need to get healing. On this path, you're going to go through levels of healing first, on many layers. And the more you heal yourself, that means that the flow of energy is coming more through the body. And if the flow of energy is coming through the body, the way you know you're living on more energy is because you're going to start getting healthier, stronger. This is how you know. And then this is what happens. Now listen how I'm going to say this. Food freedom, you can't force it. It is a byproduct of being healthy.
Yes.
Because you'll start weighing it on how you feel. When we talk about frequencies of vibration, 1 minute you're going to be feeling light, and certain things you eat, you're going to feel really, really heavy and feeling really, really bad. But if you stay in the practices, you want to stay more into that light state. That's why you don't force it. And don't beat up on yourself when you do lower your frequency. Enjoy it. That's why you did it. You're a professional eater. It wasn't your fault. You was born into it. So as you start loving yourself, allowing yourself to slowly. So this is what the process is about. You are letting up slowly on heavier foods as you're doing the practices so you can get more light into the body. And when you get to a certain frequency, because you can, then that's a breatharian. It's just another frequency. See, just like when a person gets sick, you know how they say math is the language of the universe? It is, because everything has a number to it. So when you see a vessel that's sick, there's a number that's going to it. It dropped below a certain number. And then when it gets healthy, the number raised. Is this making sense? We got to look at it for what it is. So our bodies is already good conductors of energy. Let me break that down, because some people probably don't know what a conductor is. A conductor is an object or a material where the electrons can easily pass through without that many blockages. That's when we use our lights in the house. We use copper. Mostly, copper is a good conductor. You won't use plastic for the electricity go up there. That's not a good conductor. But they usually have plastic or rubber wrapping around it because that's an insulator. So I got to break this down to people. You are working with these energies every day. That's why there's a thing called grounding and earthing. When you take off your shoes so it can connect with the earth. There's electrons coming up from the earth. The earth has a frequency to it. I believe, what, 432 hertz. They got that measured. Yeah, that's coming through the body. And not only is coming up through the body, you got energy to escape from the body into the earth. That's why you feel better. If it's getting blocked up by wearing rubber shoes all the day, all the time, which is an insulator, you could be feeling bad and don't know why. Oh man, am I saying this? This is the breatharian knowledge. You are becoming more aware of everything in your life. You even get nourished by other people. Have you ever met somebody who just drained energy from you? Now, I just had a friend I met. They don't know me too well, but they finding out. But they sitting there with a sad face. Okay, I understand this and this and this, but the sad face was too long. I said, okay, it's a beautiful day out. All this stuff is going on. You are choosing to be that way. You are choosing to have that energy now. I had to hit them with it because I know you're a smiling, happy person, but now you're choosing to be that, and the energy is getting really, really dense. And they had to catch themselves and slap themselves out of it. Yeah, right, because you're draining me. You might as well leave. I need to live. This is what we're talking about. So you said a good question too about what is your hurdles, what was your greatest hurdles on the journey? And also, how do you protect yourself from lower vibrations and energies? See, that goes hand in hand. You'll get wise as you're on this journey. See, knowledge is one thing, but wisdom is how you apply it. So you will get wise because the breatharian journey is a life journey. So this goes with physical immortality. I'm not intimidated to say it. Breatharian is the prerequisite to physical immortality. And if anybody know anything about yoga, physical immortality is in yoga. That's the end goal. It ain't got nothing to do with you walking around doing sun salutations all day. The whole goal is to break up blockages so you can get a better energy flow. So your body, because it already regenerates, is already immortal. The human being just don't know it.
Yes. The cells of the body, they're always, replenishing and recycling.
And food is the #1 culprit. See, the medical profession is on a biochemical level only. That's how they've been teaching. And yes, there's truth to it, but it's a half truth. But even on this age we in, we got the most diet changes than ever before. And what it deals with, again, the reason why they're talking more fruits and vegetables now, because they have a higher vibration or energy than denser foods. So when they say leave meats alone, they're just saying it's denser. That's all. And if it's denser and you keep putting that in your body, your denseness is going to go down. That's all. And if you want to lighten up, this is what we mean. That's why there's stair steps. What level you at? This is what we talk about. We got, and like when we say higher levels, when you drink more liquids, it's the behavior of the atoms that makes something a liquid. See, that's why we got to look at it scientifically now. So even when you do eat something thick, make sure you thoroughly chew it into a liquid. Your body don't have to use that much energy to digest it. That will give you more energy. This is about energy conservation. And like we said, the more your body over the being on this journey accumulate more energy into it, it could drop food easy. You could detach. That's what all religions on the planet been talking about: detachment, transformation, transforming into what? Your true nature. You are one with everything, but it really have to soak in. You're being fed by all the elements. You got them all in you. We even take something as simple as magnesium, sodium, potassium, and calcium. Those 4 proteins right there that's already in the body have their own electrical charge. Listen at that. You ain't had to go eat nothing to get it. It's already in you. But even though it got the charge, what makes electricity is when you get the charge to flow. That's why the body's designed to move. See, there's a thing called a couch potato. You sit down too long, the energy starts becoming stagnant. Especially when you got all that keep stacking it with dense food again. Your body got to keep you in a cycle. Now we're in the age, not only we got the most diet changes, we got the most medical benefits dealing with fasting, backing up from the table. All of humanity get this memo. Everywhere I travel, everybody got the memo of intermittent fasting, calorie restrictions, everybody on it. A light bulb should go off in your head. You mean to tell me you can get healthier by not eating? Not by eating, not eating. But to make the breatharian different than fasting is the meditation part. You are making, even when you do mudras, this is an energetic connection. You sit there long enough, it's an energetic connection. Connect different organs. You got your organs on your hands, your feet, your intestines. You're a whole integrated being. And it's your responsibility to what? Keep the energy flowing, keep the house clean, keep the energy moving. When it's stagnant, you're going to feel it. And not only you feel it physically, you feel it through depression, anxiety. Somebody was just talking to me today. I kept feeling, I feel it now. When my vibration go down, my thoughts change. Oh, man, this is good.
You spoke
so now
about...
going back. Oh, so one more thing.
Yeah.
To finish up that one we saw about raising your vibration for, you know, because usually the thing on a journey is other people. Now it's getting easier because we're getting more information out there. And we've been pushing hard over the last 5 years. The breatharian message got real big. And we got so much stuff out there now, you actually will be foolish trying to be a skeptic in a negative way, really. That's just showing your ignorance. And usually when I do meet skeptics, when they come to my workshops, they leave without being a skeptic no more because it's a health message. See, this is self-realization. A person could tell you all till they blue in the face. It ain't about me. You got the tools to work on yourself. And you know this. You can get more energy and you can keep growing. Energy don't stop. The person stops.
Yes. Yes, I hear that energy. You mentioned about the meditations. For persons who are not familiar with meditations, is there any specific type of meditation? Can any meditation work? What is meditation? And does your body need to be in a specific format to have a proper meditation?
Oh, great questions. Let's chew all of this up. All right, here we go. What all meditations got in common is to be in a relaxed position and comfortable. There's a reason for that. Because when the body is relaxed, it's less stressful. The stress start coming down. Remember I talked about the electrons that's moving through the atmosphere? They're already there. So in the body being a good conduit of energy, those electrons have a chance to start flowing through the body since it's relaxed. So that's step number one. So therefore, any meditation will work. All meditations have that in mind. So listen at that. There's many different forms. Now, the reason why we say there's no specific one, because people are different. That's why there's so many meditations out there. Some people like this form of meditation. Some people like this form. I was just doing a retreat out here with a group of people. So 1 minute we'll be doing chanting, working with sound. Sound is light. And you're using that vibration to come through the body to break up blockages. See how that worked? Then we were doing mudras with another group. You sit here long enough that the cosmic energy is already coming down. You're relaxed. Then start getting stronger and stronger, breaking up those energy blockages. So some people might like mudras, so you can mix them both together. Some people like Tai Chi. Your slow movement. And the more slow and relaxed you go, the easier the life force energy can start passing through the body. Then you start paying attention to every move. You're putting your mind back into your body. See, a lot of people just stuck up here and like the body is disconnected. So now you're making that connection over a period of time. You start feeling the earth. You start feeling the movement in your hips. And wherever the mind goes, the energy goes. See how all of these work? Yoga. Now, most people, yoga became more popular, but they're stuck into the asanas. You know, you did your little moves and you ran around and then you leave. But no, the asanas is the warm-up for the meditation. Let me repeat, because breatharianism is actually at the 3rd level of yoga. Now you might say, well, all these people practicing yoga, why ain't none of them food free? Somebody must have ripped that part out the book. That's just the warm up, the stretching, the breathing in the certain areas of the body to clear up the blockages, you know, the heavier drops. And then you sit there in meditation. You can do your mudras, your chant, or just sitting there. Qigong, I teach that all the time. As soon as you stand in a position, you can feel the energy start vibrating through the body. And you feel stiffness in different places. You just sit through it and let the energy come through. This is so easy, but like I said, people did not know the deeper levels of the ancient practice, and we just took it for granted. That's why all of humanity went through the time period of darkness. This is the wake-up time now.
Is
Oh,
there
man.
is there a difference, a comparison between meditation and prayer? What is the difference? Is there a difference?
Right, two different things. See, prayer, if we were to use the word that comes from a Hebrew word, which means tefillah, that means to think. To think. But people have been using prayer as a deal maker. You know, you do this, I'll do this. You know, praying to some entity. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Now we're in the age more than ever, when we got a lot of motivational speakers saying you create your life, you can create this, you can do that, all over the board. Because now you got to get a grip of your thoughts. You do create your reality. Your thoughts are powerful. Your thoughts can put you in bondage or they can make you free. So prayer, if you really want to see what it's about, is about getting a hold of your thoughts. That's why meditation and prayer go together, because when you're meditating, you want to start observing your thoughts. They just, see, your thoughts is a vehicle too. They're not you. They're just energies that's passing through, literal energies. Matter of fact, we're in an age, let's take your brain, for instance. We could put a scanner on your brain, and every thought you think is an electrical impulse. So your thoughts are electrical.
Yes.
Let's be real with it. We're going back to the light being again. But if you let these thoughts get away from you, you need to be focused, directed, and concentrated. That's what prayer is. You ain't got to make a deal with nobody and beg an entity. You are doing it.
I hear
That's why
that.
they say, what, prayer and fasting. Nothing on the body, and nothing on the body, your vibration higher. You got an electromagnetic field, your magnetism is stronger. As soon as you think something, things are being manifested to you, coming your way. This is just that real.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
You
man.
touched on immortality. There are the loads of people who are going to question you on that statement. Where is it really based, your theory in terms of the immortality?
Well, we're going to take it from theory and bring it down to real life. We're in
Yes,
the
sir.
age now, not only we got an epidemic dealing with health, preventable diseases, listen at that. High blood pressure, cancer, stroke, diabetes, preventable. That means that they could have been prevented. That's from a lifestyle. That's from a way of thinking. Remember, we just talked about the thoughts. This all go hand in hand. But we're
That's
also
right.
on the age, on a good note, that we got more people living longer than ever before. This is also through a lifestyle. We're in a different society now. It's just making sense. So in science, there is a thing called biological immortality. What that means, you should at least get the memo from your decisions of how your life is going. It can determine how long you're going to live. People are killing themselves. All right, that's number one. So that's longevity. And then we in the age now where they say, let me say this for people who want to challenge this, you can't, because in Silicon Valley, where the smartest people in the world is at right now, everybody is working on physical immortality. So if educated people, and I'm educated, so you need to step up and stop being so, not me, not me, and your body regenerate. You got new skin every 30 days. Why can't you keep it? You got a new stomach every 5 days, a new liver every 7 days. What's going on? So that's why you got to catch up now. See, this ain't no skeptics no more. We bringing it down to earth. You got to take full responsibility for everything you're doing in your life. So now when we deal with preventable diseases, that means it did not have to happen. So just like in my family, you know, got a history of high blood pressure, obesity. So I had a relative say, "Well, it runs in the family." Well, I ain't like, well, I'm not like that. But you know what? They told the truth. Nobody was running in the family. That's why it ran in the family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now, since
Mhm.
we got this age, since we're in this age now, physical immortality. Now this is real. Now I'm gonna tell you what they saying on that in the bigger circles. They saying that the person is going to see that's never going to die is living right now. So even when you look at YouTube videos, they usually show somebody in their 50s still looking good, but that's nothing no more. They're showing people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s still doing some incredible stuff. They're up to ante. So this is where we at. It's not for everybody, but some people's going to pull this off because they're taking it more seriously and they're in a better position in life.
Are there more breatharians besides you on the
Oh,
planet?
big time. The whole movement is growing. And check this out. I got good news. It's been here for a long time in different esoteric circles, but over the last 5 years, it grew really big. See, back in 2015, that's when we had our first Pranic Festival in America in San Francisco. And right there, just by hitting that American soil like that, whose mind was based in materialism, that was a big catalyst to open up the door for a lot of things. We got to say it. So since then, it's been growing big. And then we start doing pranic festivals in Italy, and it's been growing every year. Now there's thousands of people. Now here I am in India at a place where they built this community called Auroville, and they built it on physical immortality. The people had the message, all right? So you got a community here. They already had the breatharian message. I just came through here, and right now, everybody is transforming so deep because they had the message for a while. Usually when you got a technology more to somebody else, the people got it faster. See, everybody ain't on the same level of consciousness. So right now we're starting our first breatharian community on the planet. So we're establishing this. So you know where to come. If you ever catch a plane ticket, you know where to come be with other people besides me.
Yes.
We
I
doing
have,
this.
yeah. I
We
have
ain't
to
gonna
admit,
keep playing around in the closet. You can't
yes,
depend on the government to put it on TV. You can't make
yes,
money from it.
I
This
hear
is what
that.
we're talking about. Not where you can heal yourself. So we need to start manifesting this and stop playing around and stop waiting for somebody in the white coat to tell you. See, because they telling you all types of things. One minute I'll bring up, what they prove scientifically, but that's why they call it the tree of good and evil. Then they come out telling you something crazy. Now they telling you need beta carotene for the brain, fish oil. We didn't need that before, but they playing around again,
Yes.
making money off of everybody's ignorance. You need to get scientifically literate. Oh
Is
man.
is there a particular time frame in mind if someone is looking to go onto the journey, or should one listen to themselves? What do you suggest?
Well, check this out. You don't need to listen to yourself right now. Listen at that because you ain't strong enough. You ain't got enough information. The information is out here now. It's not even it. I got 500 videos out there myself. And there's others out there. Got some good information. And get both the pros and the cons. Go learn. Go. See, that's what makes a genius a genius. A genius just don't pop out of nowhere, with this idea. That means he looked at the playing field. He saw everything else everybody else saw. But he chose to think and take a thought that went differently. You understand? So you are transforming from a Homo sapien into a Homo genius. Yeah, literally. So
Love it.
what we're doing, learn as much as you can. Study, because what is study? Study is repetition. That's how you transform yourself. So when I tell people meditate every day, hang in there, fast once a week, stay consistent, don't give up. Because when you study and you learn, what is learning? Learning means that the neural pathways in your brain rewired themselves so you can remember that new information. That's what it is. And then you got enough people out here, there's a difference in meditating by yourself than meditating with a group. And then when you got the group, the ship ain't going nowhere. We float. You too weak right now to sit up there by yourself like you won't come up with something new. It already been laid out. So it's growing bigger and bigger. See, we are one mind, one entity. No man's an island. So every time you change yourself, you change the world. Oh, man.
Is there any conflict with someone from a religious background, Christian, Muslim, or whatever the case is, wanting to get into this lifestyle? Are there any restrictions?
Oh, not at all. See, this message is so powerful that you don't need no race, creed, color, religion. It don't fit none of them. However, in all the different religions, see, somebody of a higher thinking, I could teach how to read every religious book to show you the Breatharian message, because it was already written there in the Great Arcanium. See, higher level knowledge, all religious books are one. It's the ignorant that's splitting it up. Now, and people's definitions are messing things up. See, faith on people's understanding is an enemy to science. That's why this isn't no fly by night. You got to go learn something. You got to go get educated. Now, faith is the evidence of things not seen. That's just talking about a vision that you're working with. But first, you need to get educated and see, at least get you a plan. You understand? And really lay it out. Because with the right knowledge and the right tools, you should be able to carry it out. Yeah, you should be able to live forever or a very long time. Why not? What you supposed to die from? Diabetes, we know how that starts. High blood pressure, we know how that comes about. It just don't happen. So we got to start thinking now. So you can start mastering and being the God of your house. If this is the temple of God, don't be intimidated by it. That's all you are. Oh, man. So now, the thoughts are so powerful. If you got a thought that if you don't eat, you'll die, that's being carried out. That's why placebo is so powerful. Just like a nocebo. You can either make yourself healthy or make yourself sick. So again, you got to think on an immortal level. You don't die, but if you keep thinking that, well, y'all got to die sometime, that's just where you're going.
That's your reality.
That's your reality. So on this level, you want to at least have an open mind, but you don't want your mind so open that your brains fall out. See, this is being real now. Take the myth out of it and see how you can put it in everyday life. Everything I talk about could be showed. There's a way to do it. You can feel the energy from it and grow from it. Right now, like I said, this group I'm working with, everybody's healing. Everybody's healing. It ain't got nothing to do with me saying, eat this, eat that. I don't even talk about food. I don't care what they eat. You come up under the light, you're going to transform. Oh, man.
It's powerful.
This is a powerful stuff. What else would it be? See, we trying to keep up with the light. It could do anything with your vessel. That's why in the beginning stages, when you come in it, don't expect that influx of energy right away and all that. You can't keep up. And sometimes you go eat to grind yourself back out because you feel uncomfortable in the light. Yeah, you can't handle all that. It'll blow you out. There's a lot of power around us. You growing into the power. That's why the ancient god Ganesh said, don't seek the power, let the power come seek you. You just stay consistent and keep doing those things that's working for you. And don't put yourself down. This your main mission in life, to wake up.
Indeed.
Oh, man. This gets better and better.
This is awesome stuff.
And going back to meditation, that's why there isn't no specific meditation.
Yes.
But if you get something that you really like to do, you'll stick with it. So get a meditation that you love. Like we said, it's all around the planet now. All online, different groups. This is what we're talking about. We're in an age where you could really take advantage of this. Really take advantage of this. And do the best you can, grow until you can connect with other people. And the spirit will lead you there to bring you together.
I have to ask this question as it comes to mind. As we are living in this world where we're dealing with COVID and so on, is it a thought? Can one master what we call COVID through thought? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, it all depends who it is. See, we don't want to talk spooky now.
Yes.
You know, that's like somebody smoking a cigarette and living a bad life, don't care about their body, and we're telling them you can do it through a thought. We're not talking like that. But it is dealing with an immune system situation. Now, being on this journey and it's a health message, you have a strong vehicle. So you won't see that sickness. Of course, it's what, similar to a flu. So I ain't catch a cold in over 20 years. This is what the path is about. It's just mucus in the system. So if the system is already weak, it's a suspect to get sick. We got to look at it for what it really is. Oh, man, this is good. You ain't got to worry about that stuff. The body is well and capable of handling stuff like that. That's what it does.
Indeed. Awesome. Very, very powerful. Powerful.
Oh, man.
What would be your number one advice for anyone on the journey?
Oh, man, the number one advice. How should we say this? Get started on your health. That's it. Start looking, but when we say health, it's more than just physical. Health is the totality of your life. Healthy relationships, healthy workplace, healthy friends. Serious. That's where the energy's at. That's a higher energy. And you'll start appreciating it. See, if you come from an energy that has a lot of chaos, it might seem like you're addicted to it. We might as well say it. Until you start changing your behavior, your thoughts start changing. But when you go into that other energy, you start appreciating it, and you deserve it. See, some people jump back to the lower frequency because things get so good, you don't feel you deserve it. That's another psychological thing. You do deserve it. You deserve to live a good life. That's how you got to start looking at it. See, because there's one saying that says, people don't have to respect you, but you should demand respect. So you got to start setting up healthy boundaries, and that's how you start the path with good. If I was to give any advice, take it and start right where you at. Now, these are the 4 pillars at least. Try fasting once a week and go at the level you at. If you never tried fasting before, don't go there. You could do juice fasting. If you need to do half a day, do half a day. Try to stay consistent with that one day. Now, this is what some man said to me today, because what I tell people one day, they act like they want to do more, especially when they fasted before. Until I had to finally went out today. There was a lot of people who was fasting hardcore. And then what happened was the energy vibration went up, but they came down hard to where they eating everything, doing everything, don't know what happened. This is what I said to him. I said, I told y'all to do one day. But he said, but one day, that's easy. I said, no, it's not easy. Because if you was doing one day like I told you, you'll still have that one day right now. Right now, you're doing everything. You're off the path. That's the power behind it. It's the quality, not the quantity.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
So learn fasting once a week. Learn as much as you can. Stay consistent. Learn to meditate. And meditation is hard. Because we all know we got these lives going on. Everybody's pulling and tugging at us. We got these schedules. But you got to create you a space and keep working at it so you can stay consistent. Exercise. Now, exercise is an esoteric knowledge. See, exercise is new to the human family. It is. It was just in esoteric circles. And when you're exercising with the physical body, you're working directly with the light. Listen at that. And now I got to say this because we might as well admit it. In religion and spirituality, physical exercise was taken out. Everybody thought that ain't had nothing to do with spirituality. They downplayed the physical body, looked at it, it was ugly, ungodly, sinning. But no, it's not. It's the temple of God. You got to turn it around and take care of it, because when you leave this house, you're out of here. You get evicted from here, you're out of here. We know it. So we said fasting, meditation, exercise, and start working on your thought process. There's many good tools out there now to start thinking more positive, start working on the negativity. You understand? Because half of the things, our minds got a tendency to over-highlight stuff, blow it out of proportion. It ain't really all that. So you start getting a grip of that thought, because your thoughts are very powerful. Because your subconscious mind is your body. I'm just throwing it out there to you. It traps all the memories in it. Like one man said, how do you know your body is that powerful? Well, your body remembers more than what you remember consciously. Because your body remembers your great-grandmother from 10,000 years ago. Because you got her nose on your face. Your body remembers her. You don't remember. So that's where the information is at. And the body is always in the now. Your thoughts is either think about what you got to do coming up or what you was doing in the past. But your body is always in the now moment, keeping the universal laws. That's God. See how we changing the whole thing? But we was given that, I am not my body and all that. Well, what are you then? Yeah, I'm talking against it. Yeah, you own it. That's how it lives forever. If you think it ain't you, you might as well just get ready to check out. Like Henry Ford said, a man who says he can and a man who says he can't is both correct.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure how much time we have. I'm pretty sure we've gone over an hour, but I am happy to stick for another couple minutes. I have sexual cultivation. Could you touch on that?
Oh yeah. Now this is just like, now let's take that word sex, S-E-X. Now in the esoteric circles, it means spinal for the S, E is energy, and the X is excretion or exchange. Because one phase of energy we have is our brain. It's the organ that uses the most energy in the body, hands down. And the spinal cord is an extension of the brain. This is why it's your central nervous system. And in yoga, they keep showing you the Sushumna. That's where all the power is at, up and down the spinal cord. And then at the hip area, there's a lot of energy there. That's where our gonads is at. For the men, it's the testicles. For the women, it's the ovaries. A lot of energy. It's always warm in that area. But it's constantly making a what? Energetic exchange coming up and down. And sexual fluids is made in your brain before they get delivered down into the gonads. Oh, this gets good now. So we start dealing with sexual cultivation. See, there's many levels in it, because I could go all day long or a week on this one. But we want to start loosening up the energy in the hips. That's why yoga tells you that, Kung Fu tells you that. The power comes from the hip, so that the heat can rise upwards. That's why in ancient times they keep showing you the things where the staff or the pole, and you got the serpents coming up it. The serpents just represent energy, and the staff or the pole represents the spinal cord. And if the brain uses the most energy in the body, if the brain gets its energy, your body is comfortable. If the brain don't get its energy, it'll make you uncomfortable. So you want this energy to come upwards. That's why they'll tell you stuff like, well, Moses smoked the rock, the water came out. But those are esoteric knowledge telling you he had to what? Go to the foundation stone, which was in his hip area, to get the energy to come upwards, to flow. Now, and the reason being we want that to flow upwards, now how should we say this? Uh-oh, I had two thoughts at once. Now, why does heat rise upwards? Now, we notice this is physics again. Heat rises upwards. Do you know why heat rises upwards? All right, I'll tell you.
You tell me.
This is what it's dealing with. Because it's lighter. Because it's lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Warm air rises quicker than cold air because it's lighter. Now, let's look at the earth, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
The heavier things is in the middle. In the middle of the earth, that's where you got your nickel, your iron. They're heavier. And pretty soon, you know, you got your other stuff. Then you got your rocks. Your rocks is all up on the surface because they're lighter than the metals. And then what's lighter than that? Then pretty soon the water comes because the water is lighter than the rocks. Then what comes? The air. The air is lighter than the water. And then the further you go up, the more what? The lighter the air gets. See, it's all stacked. It's the same with the body. You're made of mostly water, but the heavier things go to the bottom. So when you eat a heavy diet, it's constantly going about so your body can reject it. That's what it's doing. It's rejecting it. But we start eating a lot lighter diet, the heavier things go to the bottom, but then the water's there, and then the air is up there. Your halo. So you want to get back into your natural state where your body don't have all that stress on it. That's what we're causing it to happen. But the heavier things go to the bottom, just like the earth, and the lighter things is at the top. And that's why how you know you raise your vibration, you will feel lighter in your physical, mental, and emotional body. which they're all one body, you'll feel lighter. And you will experience joy, love, peace, and happiness. That comes along by feeling light. Think about it. When you're feeling heavy, you can't maintain that. But it'll be automatic when you're feeling lighter. Now this is where it gets good. When you got a raised vibration, you'll have little discomfort or pain in the physical body, and your emotions will be easily dealt with. That's physical immortality. When you got a raised vibration, you don't get sick. Low vibrations get sick. This is science. What are we talking about like we don't know? I wish you would bring a skeptic to me after I get done with them. Serious, the message got stronger.
Yes, sir.
The breatharian knowledge, if it does anything, it gives you a chance to think.
Powerful. Powerful. I am thankful. I am thankful. I could do this for the whole day, but unfortunately, I don't have the whole day. Brother, it's been more than a mouthful. I am truly, truly, truly thankful for you sharing your space, your time, your energy with us. I know you have lots to do, lots more sharing to do with others, and this is your message. And I'm trying to hold that torch as well, and I'm right behind you. I'll see in a couple of years.
You're already there, brother. Have a good time. You there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Peace, love, and strength.
Peace and love, brother.
Yes, sir. See you soon. Yes, sir. Oh, thank God. Lovely.